Hey everybody, Sinister Lex here. Today we're talking about the fear and doubt you face as a freelance entrepreneur. Before we get into that, remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Click that get notification bell if you want my notifications. So, I've recorded this video like 4 times now. I'm getting so pissed off with this microphone because it just, like, one day the settings are perfect and the audio is clear, and then the next day it sounds like crap. I don't even know, and it's not like I'm changing stuff here, but who knows. Weird and strange. We're talking about fear and doubt today. We got the 100K challenge coming up January 1st. We've got the 1K giveaway coming up. So remember that. Remember to drop down in the free Discord chat below. So what am I talking about with fear and doubt? This is something a lot of you are dealing with. It's something I've dealt with personally as I grew as a freelancer. So a lot of you know that I've told you that you should only work with clients you can actually help. You should only work with clients when you're a fit for their gig. And this doesn't just apply to Upwork, it applies to any freelance platform, and it's something that's holding a lot of you back. So you start out, you get in there, you go in as a copywriter, you go in as a web designer, whatever you are, and you get that first job. You find some easy job that you can do, you make your first $5, you make your first 5-star feedback, and you grow a little. You get your $10 gig after that, you get a $20 gig after that. Soon you've got about $400 earned on your account. Now, here's where people start to plateau. All of a sudden, they notice they're getting some invites, they're getting some responses to their proposals, and then they just kind of stop. They can't break past that $400 or $700 mark. They can't break past $1,000. They can't get consistent income. They're wondering why. How do I grow? What do I got to do to scale? Maybe you're wondering the right questions, but there's something holding you back, and it's called fear and doubt. And how this works is you are looking through the job feed. You're scrolling through all these jobs. You see jobs in your industry. Let's say it's copywriting. You see copywriting jobs, but you only have experience writing blog posts, or you only have experience writing product descriptions, something like that. So when you see email copywriting, or you see landing page copywriting, video sales letter copywriting, sales page copywriting, you get this fear that because you've never done those things, you can't help that client, and therefore you are not a fit. So you doubt yourself, you fear that if you work with this client, you're not going to get good feedback, you're not going to get good reviews, and you doubt yourself because you've never done those things before. You don't have the exact specific skills they need for the job that they're requesting you to do. All of this leads to you passing that job and skipping it because you've made an excuse, an internal excuse, about why that job is not a fit for you. Let me say this before we go too much further. There's only one way to know whether a job is really a fit for you, and that is to get on a call with the client. So you can't know this without a call. That's first and foremost. A lot of you don't like to get on calls. Well, too bad, so sad. You're not going to be making very much money if you don't get on a call. So let me throw that out there. You can't know if a client is really a fit for you or how great a project is going to be unless you get on a call with them. It's just not going to happen. Beyond that, back to the fear and doubt issue, this held me back for a long time because I used to do this a lot. I would go through all these things. I would say, okay, I don't have experience in that. I don't have experience in that. I'm not going to apply to it because it doesn't make sense, and it'll probably lead to a bad experience. But eventually I realized I was doing this, and you can start to notice this too. You can start to kind of feel that fear and that doubt in your gut as you're scrolling through. Even when you see a good gig and you think that you might be able to do it, but you're just not sure, you get that feeling. Now, this is where we separate the freelancers who make money from those who do not. The freelancers who really make money. I'm not talking about the piddly stuff. I'm not talking about that startup couple $100. I'm talking about making thousands and thousands of dollars a month. This is where it separates, because the freelancers who are making money and who grow on Upwork or any platform, they do one thing differently. They feel that doubt, they feel that fear in their gut. They notice it. They say, I'm feeling this thing right now, and everything is telling me that I'm not a fit for this gig, or that I've got all this doubt. But then in the face of that, they choose to move forward. They choose to go ahead and apply anyway. And that's the tipping point. That's what separates everyone else, the 90% or whatever you want to call them, on Upwork or freelance platforms. That's what separates them from the guy who's making all the money. And if you start to notice that whenever you choose to move forward in the face of that doubt and that fear, this is building willpower. This is where your will builds. This is where it starts to build. The first time you do this, you build a little will. You go from being a total coward to being someone who has a little bit of will. And it's just like pumping iron, it's just like doing a workout. The first time you choose to move forward in the face of fear, failure, doubt, that builds your will, that strengthens your will a little bit. And then the next time, now you've got a little bit of will to push you forward, especially if after that gig works out. You've got some will to work from. So the next time you do it again, it becomes a little easier. You're still probably going to feel that doubt and fear in your stomach, but you're going to choose to move forward, and it's going to build your will more. And this is how you build willpower. And this is how you become someone who is able to take gigs anytime and have a good experience and deliver and create, get good feedback and make a lot of money. Now, let's talk about the actual factual, can you help these people if you don't have experience in exactly what they need you to do? I work with several email programs, but I don't have experience in them all. If someone needs a funnel built in an email program I don't have experience with, am I going to say, no, that's not for me, I definitely can't help this person, I'm not a fit? The answer is no. I'm just going to apply with the experience I do have, and if we get on a call, then I'm going to ask questions. And this is the other part where the rubber meets the road, because it does not matter if you don't have the specific skills that they need you to do. If you're in that industry, if you're an email copywriter and they need product descriptions, it doesn't matter that you haven't written product descriptions before. That doesn't mean you shouldn't take the gig or apply to it or anything, because once you get on a call with the client, you're going to ask them what they need. You're going to ask them if they have examples of what they like or what they want or similar styles that they want you to go for. You're going to ask them throughout the project, is this what you're looking for? Am I doing this the right way? Is this what you were thinking or what you had in mind when you posted this gig? And these questions are going to help you overcome this barrier that is your fear and doubt. Beyond that, if you get stuck, let's say with an email service provider, you're doing emails or something and you don't know how something works in that email service provider, well, they have a whole frequently asked questions page, just like every page on the whole internet has, where you can go and find the answers. So it's the what's, it's the how's, it's the where do I get this information so that I can deliver what the client needs. Willpower and questions. Those are the two things that are going to make you money on any freelance platform or even outside of freelance platforms. If you feel yourself saying that you can't do this gig for whatever reason, just know that that's an excuse. Now, this isn't to say that every gig is perfect for you and that that you'll get every job or that everything is going to go right 100% of the time. I'm not saying that. But I am saying that just because it's outside of your comfort zone doesn't mean that you can't help the person or that you're not a fit for them. If you are someone who is willing to, first of all, if you're someone who is willing to notice your feelings and choose to move forward, if you are a person of will, the sheer force of your fucking will carry you through 90% of these jobs. It will carry you through. It will get you through. Just having a little bit of nerve will make you money. That part will make you money. Clients are not looking for perfect experts in every single thing they do. They're looking for someone who is confident and competent enough to get the job done. You need to be confident in yourself, and you need to be competent enough that you will ask questions to make sure they get what they need and that you can deliver. Sheer force of will make you money, and asking questions is how you'll get the job done right, is how you'll help them, is how you will gain the skills you need for the next client so that you can deliver an even better experience for them. You do not need a college degree to write sales pages. You do not need a college degree to build a WordPress website. If you don't have skills in those things, you can still work with people. You can get those skills today. These are not things that take long. I wouldn't recommend jumping in with WordPress if you've never built a WordPress site, but if you are already on WordPress, there's no reason, if you're a web designer building one-page websites or multi-page websites, there's no reason you can't easily build a landing page, okay? They're similar. You can figure out how to build a landing page, you can figure out how to do different things, and you can figure these things out on the fly. if you let fear and doubt stop you, though, you'd be like the other thousands and thousands of freelancers out there who have made somewhere between $100 and $1,000, and then they stopped. And then eventually they quit because they weren't seeing any jobs they were a fit for. They weren't seeing any gigs where they could help people. And the truth is, helping people is not just about having those skills and experience. It's about asking questions to make sure that the client gets what they need, and then being willing to work together with them to test out whatever it is that you're creating for them. You know, sometimes there's no testing needed. If you're illustrating, if you're creating ebook covers, something like that, maybe there's no testing needed. Copywriting, web design, sometimes there's a little bit of testing. You ask them questions, you give them what they want, and then maybe you work with them to test that a little bit to see what the results are like. And if they're subpar, maybe offer to modify the stuff so you get better results. All I'm saying is, the day I realized that I was doing this, that this fear and this doubt was holding me back, and I started just choosing to meet with these people, whether it's invites, whether it's proposals I'm sending, when I started to meet with these people, get them on a call, see if this was something I could actually help them with by through asking questions. I mean, that it wasn't like astronomically outside of my skill range. Then I started taking more gigs and gaining new experience in areas I didn't have it before. And now I'm very well rounded and can bring a lot of skills to the table for a variety of industries, for a variety of tasks. And so I can make a lot of money anytime on Upwork or any other place, because it's easy to talk from experience when you have experience. That's all I got for this one. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Remember to drop down in the Discord chat. You can talk about any fears and doubts that you're experiencing, and maybe even talk about developing and strengthening your will a little bit so that you can actually start to make real money, the consistent kind, the kind that's over $1,000 a month, the kind that can support you in your entrepreneurial journey. It can support you in your livelihood and all that stuff. So rate, comment, subscribe, and all that. I'm Sinister Lex of Coastal Morning. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.